Welcome to the Health AI Brief, breaking down the AI shaping our world one concept at a time. So last time we've discussed the AI's learning dilemma and how a structured curriculum can help. Now we're going to examine how the AI is actually learning. There's two main schools of thought, and today we'll start with the first, and that's value-based methods. The core idea of this approach is to train an AI to be a critic. Its entire job is to learn the value, the long-term expected reward of every possible move it can make from any given state. The classic algorithm is something called Q learning, built around a Q table. You can picture this as a giant spreadsheet essentially. Rows represent every possible state, columns represent every possible action based upon that state, and each cell contains a Q value, the AI's best guess of the total future reward from taking that action from that state. Over thousands of repetitions, these values become more reliable. The AI's policy is then simple. In any situation, just pick the action with the highest Q value. Of course, for any real clinical problem, a spreadsheet isn't feasible, and that's where something called deep Q networks, or DQNs, come in. We replace the table with a deep neural network. We feed the state, like ECG data, into the network, and its outputs to Q values for each possible action. The breakthrough that allowed AI to master Atari games used exactly this method. But here are the limitations. Firstly, by always picking the highest value action, the AI's policy is deterministic. It will always do the same thing in the same situation. This is a problem in scenarios where the best strategy might be a bit more unpredictable. Secondly, and more critically, it fails when dealing with large or continuous action spaces. It can't build a table with an infinite number of columns. It has no way to decide between prescribing, say, 5 milligrams or 5.1 milligrams or 5.11 milligrams of a drug. This so-called critic architecture is for classification style problems with a finite menu with clear choices, like recommending which antibiotic to choose from a list of 5. If you're appraising an AI tool for that type of task, it might be a value-based critic. But if it's deciding on a precise dose, it needs a different approach. And that different approach is the AI actor, and that's exactly what we're going to cover next time. So that's value-based methods in a nutshell.